it's Liv. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a video for a recipe that I have posted on my blog and it is in my cookbook. It's one of my most popular recipes ever, but I actually never did a video tutorial for it. So I know a lot of you guys have probably already made this recipe, but I wanted to have a video tutorial where I show you how to make them, I answer some frequently asked questions, and I give you all my best tips so that you guys can learn how to make the perfect vegan chewy chocolate chip cookies. I think that is everything I have to say for now, so let's get into the recipe. So you want to start off by adding your vegan margarine or butter to a bowl. I have tried it with both and I prefer margarine, which is what the book calls for, and this is the brand I use. I buy it because it is the most cost effective. So then you also want to add your brown sugar and cream those together. You can use a spoon. I have made these hundreds of times before using a spoon, but ever since I got an electric mixer, I have preferred to use this just because it's a lot quicker and easier. But basically you just want to cream together the vegan margarine and sugar until it is light and fluffy like this. Next, you're going to add your non-dairy milk. I use almond milk and vanilla and then just combine that as well. Again, I just like to use the electric mixer for this. So then next you want to combine your flour, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. And I just do it in a big measuring cup like this. And you want to whisk them together really well so that the salt and baking soda, baking powder is evenly dispersed so that your cookies will rise evenly. So then you just want to add that to the bowl of wet ingredients and combine it. I like to do it in 2 parts. So I put half of the flour mixture in first, mix that until it's all combined into a dough, and then I add the other half. As for flour, the amount that I call for is 1.5 cups, but you can also go up to about 1.75 cups. Sometimes if it's really humid or hot where you live, the dough can be a little bit softer. So just kind of play around with the amount. 1.5 cups to 1.75 cups is kind of where you want to be for the best texture. So then you can mix in your chocolate chips. I call for 1/3 cup, but sometimes I do 1/2 cup if I just want them a little bit more chocolatey. I know some people like a lot of chocolate chips. Then lastly, you want to get a baking sheet, and you actually don't need any parchment paper or any liner. I just bake it right on the cookie sheet, and you want to roll about 2 tablespoons of dough into each ball and then just bake that. If you're using a light baking sheet like mine, you want to bake them for about 10 to 11 minutes, but if you're using a darker pan, you'll probably find you only need about 9 minutes. That's just what I found through trial and error and using a bunch of different pans. And then I actually let the camera run and sped this up so that you could see that leaving the cookies to cool for a couple minutes really allows them to depuff. So if they look pretty puffy when you take them out, let them cool on the pan for a few minutes and then you can move them to a cooling rack and they should fall to be about the perfect chewy cookie height and consistency. And obviously, I recommend eating these warm with a glass of almond milk. It is incredible. Wait, she ate it before I pressed record. So good. I invited Bridget over for cookies. This is my sister, for those of you who don't know. I prefer my cookies like super chewy and doughy, so I kind of underbake them a bit. But if you like them a little bit more cooked, just bake them longer until they're more golden on top. Also, if you want to make them even more perfect, if you freeze the dough overnight and then you kind of like let it thaw for a little bit and then bake them from kind of like frozen dough, they get perfectly crispy on the outside, they get like golden on top. But if you want to just make them right away and not freeze your dough, because I hate recipes that say you have to refrigerate them, you don't have to refrigerate the dough for these to be good, but it does help. We're just like there. Oh. Yeah, I make these probably weekly. I make them for every family gathering. Anytime I go to a meeting or I have to like meet a new person and impress them with food. There's chocolate all over your fingers. I make these literally all the time. I have the recipe memorized. They're just amazing. So I hope that this video is helpful. I still get messages like almost every day of people sending me pictures of cookies. So it's like the best part of my job. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you go try out the perfect vegan chewy chocolate chip cookies. Like I mentioned, the recipe is in my cookbook, and it's just one of a couple that were kind of like fan favorites that I included in the cookbook, but that's my book right there. But the cookbook has like 100 brand new recipes that aren't already online and that I won't be sharing anywhere else. So if you want to check it out, I'll put the link in the description box below. Thank you to everyone who's already purchased it and left reviews. I appreciate it so much. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I will see you all next week.